Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. I'm Brooks here with a couple of buddies. We just saw Infinity War. I thought it was a pretty awesome movie. Very exciting. I know there's a lot of hype around this, but let's get our first thoughts. Just whoever wants to jump in, like first thoughts of the movie coming out of there. It was 2 hours. I thought it was
longer than 2 hours. 2.5 hours. 2 hours 36 minutes.
Longest one yet.
Yeah. It didn't even feel it, to be honest. Like
no.
The whole time I was, I was intrigued. The whole story got me. I was with.
That's just the echo. Oh. Yeah, no, it didn't feel long at all. Like I kept thinking when it did finally end, and we're not going to do spoilers, by the way, guys. Not for the beginning, at least. We'll get to some spoilers later. I'll check out the chat and definitely read some super chats. But yeah, it didn't feel long at all. Like it was really fast paced.
Mm-hmm. The story just kept jumping from point to point, and
not
really
boring. Like it was long in a good way.
Yeah,
like it felt good, and I'm still trying to process it. Like I'm still trying to feel out everything that happened, like we talked about a little bit coming out of the ending, but yeah, it was just like there were so many events, so many people, so many sides. Like we saw so many planets.
Yep.
Yeah. Would you say there was like an infinite amount of events?
Almost
infinite.
Yeah.
As in infinity?
It was an infinite amount of scenes.
It was a war of my emotions watching 2.5 hours going through all the ups and downs.
It was a large gambit of emotions.
Well, it really was like 10 years in the making, and it really lived up, I think, to the hype.
I think it did, dude. I definitely I mean, I'm not going to rate it right away, but it was amazing. It was awesome. It definitely totally rocked me out. I want to see it again.
Yeah.
Maybe like a week or 2 weeks or something. But yeah, the thing I was going to say, I really mean the roller coaster of emotions, because it's like it wasn't just Marvel normal, kind of cheeky and funny. There was some really serious stuff, some really sad stuff.
Went away from what normally there was. There were some lines here, one-liners and stuff, but they really did try to drive it home. Like this is this is what's been building.
Yeah, totally. It's like they had just more heart in it. Like there were some sadder parts, but they were balanced out by the jokes and stuff too. That were I thought were still really funny. It was on point. And seeing the combinations, I think, was a lot of fun here.
New team ups.
Yeah, obviously, from the beginning, I mean, this doesn't give away too much, but I really like seeing Thor meet up with Guardians.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was pretty much at the beginning, and he kept going rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
When he teamed up with Rocky Raccoon, but it was funny because he gets mad at everyone, but he let Thor go with it, because everyone just thinks Thor's so cool.
Well, Thor, Thor gave him a compliment. He was I think they became fast friends because they eye to eye.
Fast friends.
Yeah,
fast friends over there.
I like the interesting combination of people, little characters, their little their interactions. Yeah, it's you would expect different characters to interact with each other, but
so you have the biggest superhero with the smallest.
Yeah.
So Thor and
that's
Rocky
true.
Raccoon.
Size wise, there's a big change there. I mean, I noticed that, but I totally get what you're saying. That's why they matched up too, their personalities.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Apparently, Ant-Man is in the whole movie. It's just really hard to see him.
Yeah, there you go. He was actually the whole.
He's just so small the whole
time.
movie, but he's got a whole storyline that we didn't.
Yeah, and he never said anything. No one acknowledged him.
Yeah. He was just there. He was the tiniest.
So I hear the Ant-Man and the Wasp is just his point of view of Infinity War.
It is, yeah.
So it's just going to be
the whole time,
very
tiny, a lot of boots.
Yeah. It's going to be like mystery dinner theater or mystery 3000, science theater 3000.
Like a whole other, I know it should be a whole other angle. That was actually a thing, though. In all honesty, I was surprised. I felt for some reason I thought Scott Lang, Ant-Man, was going to be in there, and I was like he wasn't in there. And I'll say that I don't think that's too much to give away. But the other one that I don't get, I kind of get the Ant-Man one because he has a movie coming up.
Yeah.
And everyone's pumped for that. That's not that far. It's a couple months. But why wasn't Hawkeye in there?
Yeah, I was really surprised. I definitely
thought they wrote it off. They kind of wrote it off early in the movie.
There were photos that came up of him filming somewhere.
Well,
I think that might be for
the second one. It must be.
They were already filming the second one?
They already did.
I thought
so it was a double?
Yeah.
Simultaneously?
It's like the Lord of the Rings.
I don't know if I forgot how they but it's definitely coming out in the year, right after it, for sure.
I guess they'd have to have took a year to edit, so they wouldn't be shooting right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like a double feature. I think we talked about this on another show. By the way, thanks for tuning in, guys. 130 people watching. That's awesome. I'm checking out your comments. If you want to leave any super chats or likes or anything, go ahead. But yeah, I think it's the double feature. It reminds me of Kill Bill. like in a good way.
Yeah,
like it's not the double feature. Like I think Harry Potter duffed it up. I wasn't a fan, but that's what I heard.
Yeah,
that was like the
Hunger Games did it too.
Yeah, Hunger Games.
They wanted to stretch out for more money. This is not a part 1, part 2. This is a one movie, and then there's gonna be a whole other movie.
Dude, that's why I felt at the end like it was very satisfying. If anyone's worried about that like cliffhanger stuff, I think they leave enough seeds, and there's definitely some questions, but it stands alone.
Yeah,
and I think it's like like Kill Bill's sequel style, but it's almost like it seems like it's a 2-parter, but it's not. I guess I don't. It's hard to say. It's hard to explain.
Well, I like we have Bagno Maria listening right now saying Hawkeye will be in the next AV with the name Ronin, and that's what I was expecting because that's his other character that he becomes.
Okay.
Kind of becomes like basically a ninja.
Like for
that's
a Yakuza.
Cool.
Yeah, for a Yakuza.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
an
I don't know.
starts using guns and stuff.
Yeah. Hawkeye?
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Dude, I saw something about that. I don't know if it's exactly, but I remember seeing him with like the mask.
Yeah.
And he has like
that's
whole face thing.
That's why I thought he was going to be in this as Ronin, but I guess it was
cool.
just filming for the sequel.
It must have been,
Yeah, I don't know why he was outed here. That was kind of odd. It didn't ruin it or anything. I think they had plenty of people in the movie, but it was a question I had to ask.
I think it was a height thing because you have to be a certain height to be like a successful Avenger.
Dude,
Chris Evans, tall.
There were a lot of big dudes in this movie.
I mean,
she's female though. Different standards.
What's his name? Robert Downey Jr. He's not there.
Yeah, he's got to
his
wear the
personality, and his head is so big that he gets taller. So it's a science thing.
Well, the Iron Man suit too. So.
Yeah,
well, dude, it is true. There's a lot of dimensions in this movie, especially like I remember right at the beginning, seeing how big Thanos is. Like we've seen some of him before,
huge,
but like next to people that we've seen other places, especially. And again, this is just a little tease, but he goes up against Hulk at the beginning, and I was like, damn, he's the same size as Hulk.
Yeah,
like almost.
Bigger,
I think it's like close. It's like maybe Hulk. I know Hulk ranges a little bit. Like if he rages out, he gets bigger.
Yeah,
but I was like, damn, Thanos is huge. And then on top of that, because this is something I want to talk about extensively, Thanos, awesome.
This movie is
part of the movie.
This movie is mostly a Thanos movie.
That I think is the biggest takeaway.
Totally,
probably the best motion capture CGI villain ever.
Dude, I remember seeing him. Yeah, the CGI. I was thinking a few shots where you can like see hair. Yeah. Like there's like hair on his arm and like a few spots.
Some veins in his head. That was awesome.
I saw like some Twitch
detail.
It was really good. Yeah. Josh Brolin was the perfect guy.
They just painted it.
It's casted and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like
perfect face for.
They don't even do the role and then cast Josh Brolin. When they write it says a Josh Brolin like Mad Titan.
I need that chin.
Josh Brolin, like time traveler, son of Cyclops, for Deadpool.
Okay.
We need a Brolin.
We need a Deadpool. I mean, a Deadpan.
We need Brolin, purple Brolin. Shout out to Luna Comics donating $5. Thank you. They say, I know this isn't Marvel related, but I want to hear your thoughts on the Double Toasted channel overreacting to Kanye West taking a photo with Trump.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the Avengers are in that.
Yeah, I think Kanye West should be an Avenger though. He'd be like his power would be smooth beats.
I feel like he would work for the sorcerers. He'd be like one of their vendor they would go to for like their parties.
He's a gay fish.
Oh,
yes. I mean that is his avenging power.
And he's a lyrical genius.
Yes, he's a genius.
What's
your superhero power? I'm a genius.
No, but thanks for that, Luna. Thanks for the comment. Everybody else tuning in, Scrom, Migto, Christopher, Raven, Jose. Awesome. Yeah, but back to Thanos though. Definitely I can think of so many cool parts about that movie. And this is another thing. I think we kind of predicted there would be more villain in this movie.
Yeah, we did.
And that was a cool touch. That happened. Like it was like a Thanos movie very much. Mm-hmm. And that also brings in like the Thanos stuff. Like I was saying how there's like a lot more emotions in this. And a lot of the sad stuff was like Thanos. Like you actually do like one part, you cry. He cries. I didn't cry. Yeah. I didn't cry. I promise. I promise I didn't cry.
You get to see the emotional side. You don't just see this mad Titan. We're humanizing this character so you can relate with him more. Yeah. I mean, he's this crazy, Titan, but he still, has feelings.
When we did the retrospective last night of all the Marvel movies, all three phases for No Bullshit 2 and What the Folk Show, it was all about how the third phase was all about the villains.
Yeah.
And making the villains an anti-hero.
Yeah.
And even in this one, we started with Thanos, right?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
It showed half that movie, I'm thinking, man, I kind of see where Thanos is coming from. Like, fuck.
He makes some good points.
He does.
He makes some good points.
Yeah,
It's like they're very cynical,
Yeah.
but they're in the long,
Dude,
it
You
makes
understand. You
yeah,
understand.
I can see
every
why.
disaster
true.
movie recently, like Interstellar, for example, Michael Caine would have been like, yeah, listen to this guy, so
Yeah.
we don't have to go fly off Earth because we have no
Yes.
food.
Seriously, no,
There's
no.
been
But
7 years on one planet.
Yeah.
like it sounds jokey, but if you actually do think more about his plot line, like his pitch is like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to save the universe by killing half of the universe.
It's pure logic,
Mm.
which is how
Sound
nature is.
logic.
Yeah.
He's nature,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta
Yes.
remove your emotion.
Yeah.
Too many people.
equation.
Too many people.
Too many
The
people.
Avengers should be called the emotional crybabies.
Well, this was the emotional Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
it
what
was.
do we rank him? Because this for me, I guess first watch, but overall entertainment, like it's got to be like already like a top 3
Yeah.
Marvel movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty
Dude,
fast.
yeah. I think it's definitely one of the best.
The best Avengers.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. It raised the
So far.
stakes.
So
Yeah,
far.
so,
that's
Yeah, the next one could be even better.
more
but,
epic.
Props
think-
to the Russo brothers then.
Yeah, man.
They have never
they've literally
They've
just
never
been-
made a bad project.
Yeah.
So you have
Mhm.
this. You have what was the
It's
the Ron
Civil-
Howard one?
Which one?
Ron Howard produced one on
Oh,
Fox.
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development,
Yeah.
Community.
Right.
They've always done good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty.
they know what
They're
they
pretty
should.
legendary, and the Captain of America ones that brought them up. Were
Yeah,
all
Oh, Cap
like-
2, which is
Yeah.
probably still
Cap
my
2.
number one.
Yeah,
Cap
Cap
2
Civil
and
War,
3.
Yeah.
And Civil War.
But yeah, and I think they delivered, and I think the stakes were raised, and that still delivered. Like even the high expectations we had,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was awesome. I think the only drawbacks, and I think we should all go if we have any criticism. I think it would be nitpicking. First of all, I think there's hard
yeah.
to say.
Yeah, I mean, there's some logical errors they made, but it's for the story, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a few little things, but the one I was going to get to here was just that maybe it's not like so standalone. It's like just imagine like if you hadn't seen the Marvel movies or something, like you might not know what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. You need to watch.
Yeah,
you need
I
to
feel
watch
like-
like
yeah.
some of
and also
that.
just to get like the the story arcs of these characters,
Yeah.
seeing grow and
Yeah. You'd be doing yourself a big disservice. Very non-American thing to do is
Yeah.
to not watch
Right.
all the movies, or at least the key ones.
key ones. Yeah, like
At least
there's
watch
like 8.
Avengers.
There's like 8
Yeah,
ones that
yeah,
of
8
all
of
the
the key
movies.
Because I think Avengers, even like that's maybe a point to the Avengers, the first one, where I don't think you even need to watch the other movies on Avengers 1.
yeah.
Like you could kind of just jump in.
Okay.
But I think if you're jumping in Infinity War, like I think
It's
you
too much.
might be like, oh my god, like it's so premised and like set up.
Well, you know what's awesome is when I think about it, for me at least, which isn't a spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just putting it out there to kind of a mind fuck here on the No Bullshit live stream after Infinity Wars.
Infinity War.
Infinite amount of entertainment which just happened. Is that all the best movies?
Yeah.
Those are the ones who survived.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah.
So I mean,
What best movies in your opinion?
best movies, my opinion,
Okay.
in my world.
All right.
I'm holding the glove in this scenario.
Alright.
So
That's like
it's a glove to your head. What's the
Okay.
best movie?
Yeah, right.
gun to your head.
No, it's the gloves here. We got the gloves in this.
But do you guys think of any other nitpicks? Well, let's call them nitpicks. I won't say hate or anything because I mean, unless you do have
A
some.
lot of violence, you
Yeah.
know, unnecessary violence. Nobody tried to talk it out, which was
Punch first.
it was disappointing.
Mhm.
There was there's no rhetoric.
There was no,
No discussion.
no diplomacy.
Yeah.
Just straight punching.
No, it was awesome. I'm so glad there was so much action. It was
Well, I liked Thanos' children. Like those characters.
Yeah,
were
they
legit.
were.
yeah,
cool.
they were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to pronounce their names.
Oh,
they are.
the henchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know what they're called. Or like they didn't say
They're
their
basically the
names
generals.
specifically.
They're like the generals of Thanos.
Yeah, and
And
I thought that too. That's something actually I was thinking. I forgot to say so far, but his minions were good,
Mhm.
and they brought in those fights that were kind of like they need some of those like nameless fights
Yeah.
just to get people fighting, like especially at the beginning. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
They did it like the best they could. The one other thing I would say, like on the further end, that maybe it was like a little bit those monsters. There's some monsters like in one of the war battles
Yeah.
that were just like nameless, like kind of like I was just like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
just looked like CGI mess. Like,
Well, it's funny because
zombie
there
things.
is a recent comic called Thanos Infinity, and that's where you learn about those creatures. They're like actually like
Okay.
they're more intelligent than the comic. They're like his secret assassins, but then they do fight for him. So I mean, they just made them into like the Chikari, like villains of this one.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
Should have read the comics then.
Well, I mean, they did it. If you do read it, they take from several different comics.
No, I know.
and
Yeah,
storylines,
no,
so, I
it's
mean,
cool. It's cool. I think there's a lot of backstories in there, and that's where you get like a lot of the ideas. Like I was trying to guess stuff at the end, But I don't really want to go into speculation. But is anyone else like music wise? Would you like the music?
I mean, I liked every like motif matched the characters. Like they really stuck with like
every character introduction was with their music from their movies.
So that was really cool.
I love Captain America's music coming in because it's such
you know what that reminds me too is America best intro, like Cap's entrance was
best
epic.
Character intro
entrance, and there's a couple other good entrances too. Like I think
Guardians
there was like a couple points where people laughed. Like the entrances, like I don't know if it was a laugh or a clap.
Space. Drax's intro was really good. So Guardians were really funny. Quill was funny. Quill and Thor. There's some good dynamics going on.
I was gonna say Thor. The Thor one was when he comes back. Like it wasn't the first intro. It was like when he comes back at the end.
Yeah.
And not to go too much, but he gets like a thing, and he gets the MacGuffin anyway. And when he comes back in, it's just like oh fuck yeah! Everyone's like he's gonna fucking whoop some ass.
Yeah.
And that was a really good entrance too. Like there were other moments like that weren't even entrances. Like I was going to talk a little bit about the audience because we were in like a packed room.
Oh, every theater.
This whole weekend,
it was totally sold out.
Yeah.
And it was in a good way. Like I felt like energy in the room a bunch. Like those entrances, there was a few laughs, a few claps, and I don't know. Would you guys remember any other moments like where there was like just the audience was?
Well, that's I don't. I think that's like the spoiler moments. But you're right.
That's true.
I think what's awesome about the people that saw it tonight are like I feel are the true, maybe even the truest fans because they really want to see. Yeah, they've been waiting the longest. They've been following for 10 years. They're the ones who've been craving for this movie.
Well, dude,
they showed it by clapping. And,
they showed it too. I was going to reinforce that because they showed it at the end too. Yeah. Because everyone waited through the credits.
Yeah. Well, they kind of conditioned us to do that. I mean,
they did.
For 10 years, they've been feeding us these secret.
I felt like I was kind of like a trained puppy, like wait for your treat.
Like,
I almost need to leave just because they told me to stay, so I almost have to go. Like, I'm not staying.
Rebel.
Like, I'm
rebellious.
I'm not doing this.
I want to see all the credits.
I want to see all the credits.
Yeah, there's a lot of crew members that work on the movie.
All the crew members, and as someone who's worked in TV, all the crew members were CGI artists, man.
Yeah, so way to go, guys.
There's only like 12 PAs on that whole movie. How's that possible?
There's 1,000 artists.
There's like thousands of artists, dude.
There's like 30 crew members, but then 300 editors and animators. So.
Great movie, but it wasn't that much on-set work going on. It was all in a dark editing room.
Yeah, it was worth it though. Like
it looked great though, actually.
It did.
It was worth it.
Great.
And I think back to a little bit about we were talking about the texture of Thanos or the details of Thanos, and like back to the graphics. Like we're saying, all these artists like. They stepped it up with the special effects on this one. Like there were a few years I think in Marvel where it looked a little over cartoony, like a few parts, but this one was like lit.
Well, can I just say for the listeners around, thanks for listening to the chat. Ron says I've been following these characters for at least 50 years and they still amaze me. See, that's really cool awesome, because Ron has been watching these characters, reading them for so long. And look what's possible for him now as a viewer. Is this kind of movie, and it really hit on every aspect you would have wanted. So Ron is, once he sees it, he's gonna be very happy.
Yeah.
So
you will.
I think you'll like it.
I'm excited for you, Ron. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah. I'm excited. Tell me.
I want to see it through your eyes.
Yeah. I want to wear your skin. Wait.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I got romantic there. But, that actually reminds me. I wasn't romantic, but there were a few moments. This isn't hate, but like I was talking about the emotion a bit, and I didn't get to the parts like there's like a lot of love. There's like a lot of like we already know the couples in some parts, so it's like there was Vision and his girl, and there was like this heart-wrenching story, them loving each other.
Like their emotional like standards, so they can just knock them down later on.
Exactly. And they do the same thing with the other couple in the Guardians.
Yeah,
like they're doing the same thing, and it's like there's so many love stories that are coming in, and it's I don't know why. I guess it's part of the reason everything came to a head on this movie.
Haven't you ever heard "Love is all you need"?
Again, Interstellar, we learned that love is the answer.
Sounds like a
gross
country song.
Infinity War is definitely better than Interstellar.
Oh yeah, we could say that.
And Dunkirk.
Interstellar was actually
Valerian.
Dunkirk and
like half. Yeah, it's probably top. It's like a top 6 best movie I've seen in the last like 2 years.
I was gonna say it's on the top 10.
If you say like summer blockbuster movie, it's been one of the best.
Is it going to change my life? No, but with how much time and effort went into it and the things I saw, because we talk about these characters watching for so long, these last 10 years.
Yeah.
Each movie they've exceeded like, okay, now Captain America will do this. Like, oh shit, I know he could do that. Iron Man, oh, even more cool stuff to do. Yeah. Spider-Man, more cool stuff. So they're always trying to raise the stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's showing in this movie. Like, they really are getting to their ultimate level.
Like we talked about last night, it was 3 phases of making a Marvel superhero baby. And this is when it just popped out with all the Marvel goo on it. And now it's its own Marvel being. It's going to beat the shit out of Thanos, I hear.
Yeah, I think it's actually maturing too. Like it might have been growing up as well. Like we're getting like a teenager. There's people that are dying off. There's people that are like falling in love, getting torn apart.
I got a question. Do you guys know is Vin Diesel still doing the I'm Groot?
Yeah.
The teenage version?
Yeah.
They're still paying him to do that when they're just CGI in his voice.
They did a little bit too. Like he's like, this is a good paycheck.
Yeah, seriously.
He comes in and does it like what, an hour? Like
no, he does all the language too. Yeah.
He's going for the voiceover. That's where all the work is for the dubbing.
I mean, you could do the his faces for the reactions too. You never know.
Yeah. There's a set video where he's like on stilts and like doing like some motion capture. That was when he was Big Groot, like in the first one.
Well, what characters do we know for sure? I mean, we're gonna see other villains in the next one, other than heroes. We think we're gonna see heroes back.
Well, dude, that's the thing. I was trying to guess too because I know I said in the ride back, I was like, what are they going to call the next one? Like, I felt like there's going to be some kind of bigger hint.
Well, I feel like that's the sequel title will be a spoiler for like.
That's what I heard. People are saying it's going to be a spoiler, and I thought maybe we'd get a hint. But I feel like you asked that question. Like, I don't really know where the next one's going to go. I mean,
exactly.
I couldn't tell. Yeah, it could be anything.
That's what's crazy. Like that's why this movie actually has an ending. It's not like it leaves you like what is gonna. It does leave you questions, but this has an ending,
which is nice. But then you're not like at the end of the movie, you're like, no, like when you watch a good TV show. And you're waiting until the next week.
Next season, the season
this
finale.
Is more like you understand. There's you don't even have a picture in your mind really of what's going to happen because you don't have any idea. Why would you, right? Yeah. So once we get the trailers, we get on-set photos.
That's what I was saying. Together. Yeah, I have no clue, but it's not a bad thing either because it's like it'll be a surprise. It'll be good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think the other thing I was worried about what you were saying, like if there would be a cliffhanger, it would just be a piss you off, like leaving you at the end of an episode on a cheesy show.
Lord of the Rings 1 was very just leave off-ish. It gets a little lazy. This wasn't lazy. It's expensive.
They put the time.
Expensive and not lazy. They spent a lot of money.
They spent a lot of money.
It's gonna make a lot of money.
They probably spent more money just on the movie itself than like small third world countries. And then just the amount of money it makes is going to be like multiple
countries.
There's like more people working on it than in a country, like a small country.
All in a dark room with computers. Yeah.
Why are you, editors don't have to work in dark rooms?
Every editing day I've been in was dark.
I'm not gonna lie, I work.
He works too. They're always dark.
No, it's true. It's just funny. You keep saying dark room like they're in like a
editing bay. Not like go to the editing bay on a show because they're always nice and dark. You hang out and get on your phone. Yeah, because you need it for like. And then a lot they have some of the best crafty because they're in there like 14 hours. These are things you learn on set, guys. So if you're working a show, go to the editing for the food. They have the best food.
They have a full kitchen, like sandwich stuff.
Because they're always working up there. It's like South Park.
It's a 9 to 12-hour job. Yeah. So it's a long, long day. Even for that, I bet you from Avengers, they probably were like 18-hour days, dude. They probably went
deadlines.
Yeah. That's some hard work. Hard work put into this movie. It was worth it. You should watch it.
Not as good as Batman vs Superman, obviously.
No, I think Justice League had it beat.
Justice League was definitely way better.
Elektra, really underrated movie.
Dude, we're talking Elektra. Now, let's get.
I could jump to another one because we saw the trailer.
Batman Forever. I mean, that was pretty.
We did not see the trailer for Batman Forever.
No,
but
you let into his switch.
No, I know that. I know the movie you're talking about. But I was gonna say Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
because we're talking about. Just whatever the heroes and I think it's cool that the way Deadpool 2 looks like it's like they're starting their own clique too. It's like an X-Force, the group.
Yeah,
and it's like Guardians, Avengers, X-Force now.
We're always making fun of it in a sense.
I feel like it's just
as a parody.
Fox
totally
Force.
Do that.
Fox Force.
That's true. It's like this is our last movie, guys. Like Fox.
This is what we're doing.
Is it like Fox Force 5 something a thing? I feel like
that's from Pulp Fiction. No, that was Kill Bill. Fox Force 5, right?
No. Fox Force 5? I feel like there was a
bad I thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah, what's that?
I think that is Kill Bill. She says she watched that movie or something. Like she watched she tells that story where she used to watch that show. Or she auditioned for a show.
Pulp Fiction, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it was Pulp Fiction.
Let me what we got.
And she told
the guy James here. I liked how it really put you on the ground during the citywide panic. You could feel the impact, kind of what DC keeps trying to do. Well, I would say at least movie-wise, It was good. The way they had the environment and all the people and everything in the CGI for when an attack started on Earth, that was that was probably far better than the first Avengers. They didn't really focus on the actual citizens themselves.
It just was all of a sudden the giant hole in the atmosphere.
A lot of handheld.
It was tragic, and I think we could go to this because we're getting towards the end here, and we're going to do some spoilers. So anyone that's worried about that, obviously pop off. We're not going to spell out everything, but we might mention a few things coming up here in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. Because I see some in the chat, and you guys are talking about like deaths and stuff, right? Like, stuff that's going to happen.
I'll try to avoid it.
And that's what they're saying in the chat too. And I wanted to kind of address this in the discussion too. So a lot of people are saying it's rolled past now, but a lot of people are saying, how do you come back from all those deaths? So obviously there's a lot at the end where people are dying off, and we don't have to say every single name, but I was actually confused about that. I had some ideas. Like I thought, like I just had a random thought. Like I thought, oh, they're getting teleported somewhere. They're going to Secret Wars, or they're going some other place. Like I thought Thanos was like pulling them away with the gauntlet.
That's interesting.
But I might just be thinking outside the box. What were you guys thinking? Because I know you were saying. I think you were saying they're dead. Maybe like they come back.
Finger, dude.
Yeah,
it snaps his finger and they're all gone.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought maybe it was the part of the story was for the snapping, that if anyone hasn't heard anything, it's basically like he snaps his fingers and half the universe goes. And that was like enacted basically. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or it was. But I think the main point is, even at the worst case scenario, if we want to go to the next step, is just like, if that happened, like there's going to be some way that they like bring them back.
I mean, they have to, obviously.
They have to bring back some of them, like obviously they have plans for Spider-Man, specifically Guardians, Black Panther.
Well, I think you wonder what the glove chooses for who it takes, and I heard that it's people who don't pay taxes.
Oh yeah,
they disappear when the glove. So everyone who paid taxes lived in this world. So there's some standards.
There,
the glove is a very
the two things you have to expect in life.
Well, dude, it's also that's why I was thinking, because the glove, like, it's so confusing, and it doesn't really it doesn't seem like it's totally beholden to the operator.
Well, he said that it was random. Well, that's what it was. It was just a bunch of random.
Yeah, I pictured it like leftovers. I think you said leftovers earlier.
The rapture.
Rapture kind of thing. Yeah. But there are some people that are saying different things. Like someone mentioned Red Skull, who pops up. Oh, yeah. Someone said them being teleported to different places makes sense too.
Well, I guess if we're going to say...
Or time travel. Someone says time travel.
It really looked like they got disintegrated, though.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, if we're saying spoilers, though, for this spoiler moment, then
we're just past spoilers. I mentioned it.
Red Skull, to me, was like the coolest reveal.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
That was awesome.
That was tight.
Yeah.
That was tight. Red Skull shows up, guides
pretty much punished
Thanos,
I think, for what he did.
Yeah.
I think it's like stuck living that life for 100 years.
Yeah, he almost became like a totally different person.
Yeah. I think he is. Yeah,
through his voice, almost like a completely different actor.
I feel like
was him.
I feel like
but he looked the same.
He looked the same. Same red face.
Sounded little different.
Someone said when Thanos screamed Martha,
that's
I
awesome.
Shat my pants.
That's Martha. Why did you say that? Wait, what is this voice right here? Who are you? I'm Batman.
But yeah, I will say more detailing the plot a little bit more, that now that we're past spoilers. I like the gauntlet stuff. I like the collection of the stones. This isn't too much into it, but they all come together, and the way the hand works, like that's just one of my favorite things, is that how that weapon is for him. And when he really gets it rolling, like I think halfway through, and especially at the end, he's like doing all kinds of different tricks. Like he's turning stuff into the bubbles. He's freezing time. He's throwing people. Like it was so sick. Yeah,
I mean,
so cool.
He's basically wields the power of each stone, which is like, well, like I feel like if they do follow somewhat of the story arc in the comic, they eventually they're going to find a way to get these people back.
Of course, they're all coming back.
That's the ultimate thing. Like that's why I say, even if they did die or how they died, it's like there's going to be some reversal. It'll probably involve the stones.
I feel it'll be till the end though of the next one.
Well, somebody said on here too is they shouldn't have killed Guardians and Spider-Man because they already have sequels coming out. So, and we already said spoilers, so that's true. It's like if anything, they should have killed the original and then brought him back.
Yeah, they pulled that on us.
And then the whole summer, whole fall, and everything, we'd be thinking, oh, well, their contracts are supposed to be up, so maybe they won't come back.
Well, there's a lot of ways that can go too. I mean, I think my first ideas are out there, but like they could deal with that in their movies. Like they come back or they were I don't know, it could be a prequel or something. There's like a lot of weird things they would do, but I think ultimately, like part 2, something's gonna bring it back, like with the time stone. You know, like it's gonna be a time stone thing, or I mean, I don't think we'd ever guess it, maybe, like in a long shot, but we can't tell. Like there's gonna be a reunion or reversal, basically, yeah. But what other parts of the story did we not get into because we were tiptoeing
around it? Spoiler wise, okay, when I really loved. Starts out, you know, they had a whole him and Gamora scene when she's a kid, her grabbing his hand, and then when he kills her, her grabbing his hand again. And how small it was, like that was a good little scene. That was good.
I like that whole part.
I mean, it showed Thanos' emotion, like he showed that he did love something. So he switched it up because he's not in love with death.
Well, it's cool. Okay, also like how Nebula talked about in the Guardians movies, so she hated Gamora because she got taken apart every time they lost, and then we saw torture scenes of what that looked like.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they had her like suspended and separated.
And
that would really suck.
Dude, she was probably in constant pain, man.
Yeah.
I thought the funny thing I like about Nebula is they have like the hottest chick in the movie kind of like not taking advantage of those assets, but no one really dresses hot.
You're biased in this because she's not the hottest chick in the movie to me, but you're biased because your favorite movie of all time is what?
You love your Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Okay.
So she's the girl in Jumanji. So you can only see the Jumanji.
Who's hotter in the movie then?
Scarlett, ScarJo, dude.
Or Zoe.
I think they're different.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, she is hot, but she doesn't look like obviously she's like green and like in makeup. So she's hotter as Avatar.
She's hotter as Avatar.
You got me, man. You got me.
But I do like Scarlett. But you know who actually we're forgetting? This is actually I forgot. This is the hottest one is Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah.
She's the hottest chick in the whole
best
movie.
Olsen twin, or not the twin.
Well, Olsen's
sister.
Best Olsen's sister.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a toss up. That one alien girl was pretty. You see those horns?
Yeah. What about Peter Dinklage?
You think he's hot?
Yeah.
Well, I heard that he was in the movie, but I thought he was going to be.
I love that.
I thought he was going to win the Black Order. So it was awesome. He was just.
Well, no, that's a good part I didn't get into. Like, that's a good spoiler because I was really super stoked when he popped up.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like more detail, like he's a giant midget.
Yeah.
Or a giant dwarf.
The dwarf.
Yeah. Sorry, that's offensive. Yeah. Giant dwarf.
Don't be rude.
Well, it's funny too because he's the one that like made Thanos' glove. So I mean,
it's like I've said in the movies with him. It's unfair. He's like. You see this and you're like, oh, Peter Dinklage in the movie, awesome. He's a cool dwarf actor that I love from Game of Thrones. Meanwhile, every other aspiring dwarf actor
he's taking all of the roles.
hates Peter Dinklage because it's like 2 to 3 roles a year, and he does it all. So there's a whole SAG group there of little actors that are screwed.
Yeah. Especially since Mini-Me just passed away. Rest in peace.
Oh, he did.
Peter Dinklage is kind of like the reigning supreme now.
Well, I think he took over.
Well, he's a good actor too.
Yeah. So. He is a good actor.
Yeah, he's great. Game of Thrones, another year. Who gives a shit? Okay, Avengers: Infinity War. Final thoughts. We didn't get into the categories. I could think of one or two. I don't know. Did you guys have any questions or any other like scenes I didn't bring up?
I think we got. I think they just need to go see it.
Want to leave them something? Yeah.
You guys got to just go see it.
Favorite characters, right off the bat, real quick.
Thanos,
gun to your head.
Thanos.
Gun to your head.
Thanos.
Okay.
Thanos was legit.
I love me some Peter Parker, man. I love some Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was tight.
He died like a little wimp, though. I'm just saying, crying and stuff.
Half of the cast died.
Yeah, he's the only child.
He did go out crying.
Old, so
he did go out crying. I remember that. That was pretty tight.
Yeah.
But favorite character?
Thanos.
Okay, cool. Mine would be Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
For undisclosed reasons.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in. I think that wraps up the podcast. We're just talking about Avengers: Infinity War. Great movie. Recommend it for everyone, especially Marvel fans. I think I don't think there's any real big downsides, anything to worry about. Just go see it.
Yeah.
Go see it.
This is one you need to see in the theaters.
Definitely worth a watch. Thanks for tuning in. DeCrolls AVS. Raccoon says, James will let you know. Thor is the best part. I was super shocked when they brought the X-Men in. That was exciting. Dan
It was very shocking.
Yeah, it was very shocking. I think I walked into the wrong theater after the bathroom. But James Jones, why are black people so tall? Genetics.
Yeah.
Z Spence said Captain Marvel. Okay, that's a good. Actually, one more last thing to throw out there. That's cool. Yeah, there is end credit scene. Way at the end, we watched like 1,000 names of graphic designers.
Hey, they worked very hard on the movie, man. You should know.
It's worth it. Yeah, I respect it. It's respectable. But very end credit scene, they basically just see those Shield people, Sam Jackson, leader,
Maria Hill and Nick Fury.
Yeah, Maria Hill, Nick Fury. And yeah, what'd you guys think? I mean, there was that one little tease at the end for Captain Marvel.
Had to think it was going to be a Captain Marvel reveal.
Yeah,
right. So
it's funny that she's going to be apparently really important. To the storyline.
She kind of bugs a little bit.
The actress.
Yeah, Brie Larson a little
bit.
The
character's really important. She is. I mean,
she's also she has great assets.
She does. She
was good in King Kong.
Yeah, she was good in that one.
She was good
in Community.
She wasn't Scott Pilgrim. She was awesome in Community.
The only thing for me is she was like a teen singer first. Okay. That was her first career and didn't work out as much, so she started acting.
Like single? Did she have like a single?
Yeah, there's stuff out there. I'm sure you could find on YouTube like old cassettes.
I didn't know that.
Or old CDs.
That's
so
cool.
and
she's Oscar winning.
She might be a little crazy.
She's also Oscar winner.
What do you mean?
I mean, they're all a little crazy.
Lifetime actress. Just saying. Okay.
Oh.
Hey, they got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
They got to start somewhere.
I'm not sure about Captain Marvel though, because
Chris Evans, some of his first roles were,
Chris Evans' Americanness kind of takes over for all that. Have you not seen the movie Sunshine? Anybody listening right now, you like Chris Evans, watch the movie Sunshine.
It is legitimate.
It's what got him Captain America, I feel like. He did such a good job.
He was representing America in that movie.
Yeah.
I prefer Varsity Blues.
Ooh,
he wasn't in that one. He was in
the that was James Vanderbeek.
Yes, it was.
Not another teen movie.
Yeah,
not another teen movie.
He
mocked it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Because he does that scene with the whipped cream. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was going crazy. Yeah, I was going crazy. Chris Evans, American Treasure, Infinity War. Great movie. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been another No Bullshit podcast. Thank you guys for coming to the movie, talking about it.
Did you think it was better than Quiet Place? Just want to clear that up.
Probably just a smidge better than Quiet Place.
I know you love John Krasinski.
I love John.
Because I like movies with dialogue and story and excitement and fun things to watch. But that's just me. If you're a fan of quiet things and sitting silently in a theater, Iowa, and being too quiet to eat your food, just nibbling on little
that's just eat food, man. It's just me.
Yeah, you can't eat food, then see The Quiet Place. That's your choice. Quiet Place or Infinity War. I think
this would be the weekend to see Quiet Place, though, because nobody's even seen it.
Yeah.
Good movie. They did a good job. Didn't drop the ball.
At least you got to bring up a John Krasinski product in this.
I'm getting royalty checks. 25 cents every time I say his name.
Fan club president.
Yep.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to sign off. See